Applause, music, applause. And a delicious and impressive cake. With only 2 ingredients. The solution is, look what I have here. It's incredible that a cake that looks like this, and this result only has 2 ingredients. 2. Nothing more than that. It's easy. It's a recipe that is revolutionizing the internet. I've seen it on many channels and many blogs, both in this country and all over the world. And people are amazed. So I've searched for it, and I've made my own version that I hope you'll love. Delicious cake with only 2 ingredients. Pay attention because I'm sure they list bread in the ingredient section. We're gonna stop for a short time because we only need 8 egg whites and sugar. I'm going to divide it into 2 parts. On one side, 300 grams for the caramel and 60 for the filling. And let's continue with the recipe. The first thing we're going to prepare is a very creamy caramel. For that, we only need sugar. We put the sugar over medium heat, and we're going to let it cook itself. After 5 or 6 minutes, you can see that the center is starting to turn golden. Nothing yet. We keep waiting. Another 5 or 6 minutes go by, and you can see that the part in the center is starting to turn into caramel, and the bottom part too. So it's a good time to stir. You could also just wait without stirring anything. But you run the risk that some part of the caramel will burn a little and taste a little more like churros queso. So I recommend giving it a few stirs to equalize the temperature. So we give it a quick stir and continue cooking. And I'm telling you, keep it over medium heat the whole time. Again, the part in the center starts to liquefy. Other little turns, just as simple as that. Wait and give it a little turn from time to time. Then take this shape that looks like a kind of biscuit cookie. Underneath is the liquid already prepared, but the top part is still a bit thick with heavy cream. So we are going to give it more turns. You can see that now it is starting to be almost done, so we could use it. But I'm going to wait 5 or 10 more minutes for it to be completely liquid plate. Now we are going to give it the last turns. And I think that with this texture, it is perfect. A few little turns and immediately we can enjoy the last touch, and voila, we have the caramel we believe. A milestone prepared to be enjoyed to the fullest. Look at this. The important thing is that when you move it, see what's left, so that it moves, that it dances, that the color is uniform, and that we no longer see any grain of sugar. Remove it from the heat and, while hot, transfer it to the mold. In my case, I'm going to use a mold that's 20 centimeters in diameter. You can use a silicone one with any shape you like, whatever you want. But round ones of this size are perfect. We have to add all the caramel to the container very carefully because caramel burns a lot. It's a pretty nasty burn, so do this very carefully. Be cautious. And if the container is made of metal like mine, when you move it, use gloves like I did. It's important to do this trick. Move it a little to distribute the candy, and so that it also sticks a little to the sides, at least a couple of centimeters. On the other part, we're going to prepare a meringue. We take the 8 egg whites and, with the help of some electric beaters, we're going to beat them very well. We want them to be fully whipped, what they call egg whites beaten to stiff peaks. When we already have it quite foamy, it will be time to add the sugar. This, in addition to giving it sweetness, will also give it a bit of texture. So it's going to be great for us. Come on, let's add the sugar, always little by little. You add about a third, just a little, then another third, just a bit more. And there you go, we've added everything. We keep beating until you get that white texture. It's called whipped to stiff peaks because it forms perfect peaks. And you could even turn the container upside down without it falling out. Look, whenever we whip the whites to stiff peaks, we wonder if they're there or not. Well, this is the trick. If they still dance, you have to beat them more. They'll be ready when you can turn the container over and they don't fall out. Since they were still moving a bit, I gave them a few more minutes in the mixer. And now I really dare. Look. We turn it over. It doesn't fall. They are firm, perfect. So we are going to bring these whites closer to the mold that we have with caramel, which you can see what a wonderful color, and add them simply. Look how easy we add all this meringue directly into the mold. The only thing we're gonna do is smooth the surface a little so that it remains a uniform layer. So take advantage of every last bit with this pastry spatula that I have here, and then gently smooth it so that it remains a uniform layer and as smooth as possible. Do it gently. If you hit it too hard, you'll lose the little air bubbles that are the magic of meringue. That's why it's so soft, so you have to try to keep them all. Then we preheat our oven to 160 degrees and put our container inside. Yes, with a tray of water inside to make a bain-marie, we are going to have it for 35 minutes at those 160 degrees, and you will have the cake ready. Look. We are going to zoom in a bit with the camera, so just before removing it, you will notice how it bulges, how it grows, and how the surface is browned. When you see it like this from the outside, I'll tell you that if you have it in a bain-marie with a couple of fingers of water on the tray, it will take about 35 minutes to be perfect. We're gonna take it out and let it cool. Put a paper towel on top to absorb the moisture, and then it goes down and stays like this. And you'll say, man, well, it's really ugly. What's going on? This happens, like with refrigerators. When you see them from behind, they look really ugly. But when you turn them around, some are beautiful and elegant. Because with this cake, it's the same thing. It looks ugly to you from here. But you'll see now, when you turn it around, it changes. Look how it looks, how shiny, how wonderful. Caramel, a caramel and meringue cake prepared quite quickly, quite easily, and with this amazing look. Mina, the cut. My goodness, soft, creamy aromas shine. We have it all. We're gonna show you how it looks inside, because this is a real scandal. You won't believe me, but it's super tasty. If you like caramel, with this recipe, you're going to enjoy it. Look, what a perfect cut. Here we have the result of a super easy cake with an impressive flavor. I hope you like the recipe, and above all, that you are encouraged to prepare it. I'm convinced that it will surprise you. A delicious cake made in a very simple way has happened to me, and now it's time for the best part. How do we make it? What's good? The truth is, it's really surprising. It's like a meringue with a bit more body, as if we added a little gelatin. The dot also stays infused with the flavor of the caramel, which is just amazing. It's surprising how great the soft meringues are. That air inside is infused with the strong flavor of the caramel, and it's spectacular. I hope you like the idea. Let me know down in the comments if you want more recipes with just a few ingredients. If I see that you're interested, maybe I'll look for another one. Also, look at this video. You have to go in to see what it looks like. FA, and you can click here. Activate the bell and notifications, and so on. Everyone, on Wednesdays and Saturdays, they will notify us that we have another new recipe for you. And down here, you can subscribe to our channel for savory recipes. Or not, just have a point, calm down.